Is 8 o'clock on the dot. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's going on in the world of weather. Hopefully get your day started off on the right note, updated, educated with weather, and hey, caffeinated. That's never a bad thing. Hold on a second. Okay, all right. Doing better already. Let's go with it. Shall we take a look outside, see what's doing? Works for me. Here's a shot. The sun is up. The clouds are thin. It is stunning. Love to see that. Rise and shine, my friends. You're looking live at the Atlantic from Volusia County. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful start to the day. I hope you're having a great morning, friends. Gorgeous morning, but I can tell you there are some changes afoot. The top two things that we are tracking today. First off, that sun is going to help to warm us up. It's getting hot in here. Yep. How things look in your neighborhood coming up in just a couple of minutes' time. Plus, after all of that, we've got ourselves a cold front. We're going to be discussing fire pit weather returning to Central Florida. Yeah. But before we get to all that, let's just take a look outside. Not much in the way of cloud cover. So as you'd imagine, we're actually doing pretty okay. Our first morning live Doppler radar with a relatively clean sweep. There are a few showers just off the shoreline that we're tracking. The good news, they're not going to be bothering us whatsoever. It is a lovely start to the day. All right, here's a look at our temperatures across town right now. It's 66 in the city. What we're looking at on the bottom of the screen, those are hourly temperatures. What you see here, these are the 5-minute temperatures, so they do change much more frequently. 66 in Orlando, 64 degrees in the Villages, 68 in Daytona Beach, and 70 degrees outside in New Smyrna Beach. So it looks great. It feels great. It is great. Here's a look at our forecast. Gusty winds today. Hold on to your hats. We've got what's referred to as a tightened pressure gradient force, and that's going to gust us up. All right? 71 degrees 9 a.m. Looking good. 76 by 11 o'clock. 81 by 1. 85 degrees our high temperature on the day. So it's going to be warm. Through the day, we're going with a mostly cloudy sky. And then notice 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, we've got showers and thunder showers working into town. Yep. What you see there, my friends, is a cold front moving our direction. It's the same one that produced the tornado action in Texas yesterday, in Louisiana. And as a matter of fact, let's go back to our first warning live Doppler radar, and let's do this. Give me 2 seconds to turn the radar around. All right. Up to the north, this is where the severe weather is now. It's already into the panhandle. We have several severe thunderstorm warnings posted. You can see there, working toward Apalachicola, working toward Tallahassee. There have been several tornado warnings this morning. And as a matter of fact, there have been confirmed tornadoes from this line of severe weather, okay? A couple of things. We know, again, and I'll put up the 12-hour forecast here, we know the timing is such that through the day we're good, but dinner time through about midnight, we will be watching these showers and thunder showers moving in. The threat of severe weather is lower than it was yesterday. If you recall, yesterday, folks in Texas had that level 3 or numerous threat for strong to severe storms. But from the panhandle up through the Outer Banks and the Carolinas, today there is a level 2 risk, scattered strong to severe storms. And into our area, it's basically our northwesternmost nooks and crannies that have a level 1 risk, meaning as this line approaches us, there may be some of those cells that are a little stronger. I can tell you this, we're going to be tracking it. I'm off of work today, okay? I'm not going in. I've got my flower shirt on because I'm like, hey, it's this summer's day. Why not dress and feel the part? But as that line of storms moves into our area, it's definitely something that I'm going to be tracking, okay? Isolated threat for strong to severe storms in our area. So let's take a look at the very latest computer model. and get an idea the timing of it all, okay? All right, so here's Futurecast, and I'll bring it full screen for you. Looking good for most of the day, okay? There's lunchtime. Just after lunchtime, we're good. You can see top left corner, though, the rain's getting close to us, right? By about 5 o'clock or so, starting to work into Alachua County, up near Gainesville. Starting to work in our northernmost areas. 6:30, 7 o'clock, that's when the line of showers and thunder showers starts to march into Marion County, right? Marion, Flagler County. 8 o'clock, we're watching that line working in. Now, this is, I will tell you, this is usually when I'm settling in. You know, the kids are going to bed, and I will be doing that. But I'm also going to have my phone handy. That way, if a warning goes on, I can, tweet and all of this. But I would just say for parents' purposes, know that that line does have the potential to have some flashes of lightning and rumbles of thunder. So bedtime, keep that in mind, okay? I'm also planning on having probably an evening coffee. Yesterday, what did I go to bed by 9? I was asleep by 9 o'clock. Tonight, I want to be able to stay awake just to watch this line move in. Again, I'm not working. This is not my work. I don't do all of this on work time. I mean, I do, but on a day like today, I'm still here tracking it with you because this is what we do, right? We want to watch out for each other, okay? So anyway, that's 8 p.m. What about after? 9:30, starting to get into Lake County, Flagler County, Volusia County. 10 o'clock, we're now approaching I-4 in the metro area. And you notice that there are some yellows and oranges. That's an indication that there's some heavy downpours, probably some gusty winds, and some extra little kick to it. As it works into the metro, though, notice we're losing the reds and the oranges. If we back this up, we've got the oranges and the reds. Right? The dynamics start to fade away by 10, 10:30, 11 o'clock. So we're just getting into the showers and thunder showers. We're not as intense as it was. And then into Brevard County, we're starting to lose the yellows, which is good. It's weakening more and more and more as it moves through. By 2 a.m., it's crossing through Brevard County, and you can see by tomorrow morning, things will be clearing out little bit by little bit. So again, there is a concern for showers and thunder showers, but for the majority of our plans, it actually looks to be a fine day. For example, if you're heading over to Hollywood Studios today, thing opens up in about 21 minutes. I was out there yesterday. It was a beautiful day. The overarching idea here is that we're talking about gusty winds. Okay? That's the kind of idea for the day today. Gusty winds, no matter what you're doing outside, it looks wonderful. But for tonight, as those showers and storms move in, the main concern is going to be, you guessed it, gusty winds. We already have that wind energy. So as we're pushing these storms in, we're just going to keep that wind energy and maybe up it a little bit. Severe winds, low concern. Tornado threat, low concern. Not no concern, but low concern. All right, so we'll watch it, but not an overly dramatic thing, which is good to know, okay? All right, so gusty winds, storms coming in tonight. We know that to be a fact. But there's one other element that I can't forget about, which is these gusty winds are coming from the south-southwest, which is a warm wind, which means temperatures today look to be near records. Here's a look around. 83 in Ocala, 82 degrees in Leesburg, about 85 in Orlando, 82 degrees in Melbourne, 84 in Palm Bay. That's toasty. If my pool wasn't like 50 degrees from the chill, I'd be getting in the pool today. But it's also near record. So let's look at the records. Let's look at the forecast and just kind of try and gauge an idea. We'll be within a degree of a 102-year-old record in Orlando. I think we get to a new record in Sanford that's almost 50 years old. Leesburg, within a degree of a record that's like 50 years old. Daytona Beach, I think there's a little gap there. And Melbourne, I think there's a little gap there. But I think we're into near record heat for us for Central Florida, right? So just keep that in mind. And if we look at the numbers these next few days, we've got ourselves a little case of whiplash. There's a lot happening here. So let's do this. Let's just discuss what the overarching weather pattern is, okay? I don't know that Kellyanne updated this today. There's our front. Warmer. Yeah, she didn't update it. Let's see. Did she update this one? Stand by. So there's the front moving through. There's that warm air moving in, right? And then as that front sweeps through, we turn the winds around and really push in cold, gusty winds, right? So there is a big change. So let's just look at the temperature differences. For today, we're looking at readings being like 9 degrees higher than yesterday, which is why I'm wearing my silly, this is one of the shirts I wear during the summer. It's going to be 85 today. And of course, this idiot is going to mow the yard today. What are you going to do? All right, so there's that. Then for tomorrow, high temperature, 68 degrees. That's a 17-degree drop. Yeah, I just had to calculate. I was like, did I do the wrong numbers? No, I did not. I was good. Okay, just doing math in my head, and I'm not the fastest at it. So a 17, good gravy, 17-degree drop in temperatures for tomorrow. Then on Friday, it gets even chillier, another 3-degree drop in temperatures. So the weather whiplash is all over the place. And before you say anything, it's still winter. Remember, it is after all winter. It is after all winter. Terry, you like my shirt? Thank you. Rosebud, that's my favorite shirt that you wear. Thank you very much, y'all. I appreciate that. Taylor says, I think I saw some smoke come out of yours. I don't know what I look like, but I'm sure that I was just sitting there like, carry the one. Oh, man. With the yo-yo weather, people are going to get sick. You know what's funny? I used to call it getting sick weather, but like we all know germs cause sickness, not the weather, right? Like when the weather gets like this, the wife is always like, the kids are going to get sick. And I'm like, germs cause sickness. So anyway, there's that. And that's part of why my allergies are going crazy. Now, that's another element, right? That's another element. The allergy thing. With these winds picking up. Yeah, with these winds picking up, the pollen levels are going up. Yeah. Cold weather just makes you feel crummier. Now, that's a possibility. Look, we all live in Florida for a reason, right? Barbara, I get predicting front. How do you predict temps? With the direction of the wind, with average, there's a lot in play there. Yeah. Tim, we know you aren't done with the hurricane forecast, but what do these patterns this week mean for the overall LRC forecast and tropical storms? Well, I can tell you without any shadow of a doubt that what we do is we look at least for tropical systems, we look at the kind of big scale. So like this storm system here, where did it emanate? It emanated in like Texas. So this is going to be a storm system that I'm going to look closely and see how it is recycled to see if that part of Texas has an opportunity to get some sort of tropical activity from this part of the pattern. Obviously, when it moves to the north like this, that's not tropical in nature, but like look at all that nasty snow, like snow to New York, snow to the Great Lakes. Everybody up north is in the Great White North. Meanwhile, we've got 85 degrees today. While the rest of the country likes to make fun of us when we're colder than them, let's just take a moment of zen and look at the temperature map. 67 here. Find me somewhere else that's in that same range. I'll wait. Here's your tourism ad. Ready? Florida. We ain't freezing. Come visit. Visit Florida. There it is. Yeah. Correct. Germs do, but weather has something to do with suppressing immune system. Well, that makes sense. I don't know that for a fact, but it does make sense. And he says one thing about the pattern, it looks pretty. I know, right? It very much It very much looks pretty. Lots of events going on this weekend, of course, over in Daytona, for example. The Rolex, always a fun race. We're looking at great weather for it. As a matter of fact, and I just illustrated, right, that like the next couple of days, these temperatures, today's warm, but like it gets chilly. So let's look at the forecast then, okay? For example, today we looked briefly. Let's just do this. Let's go through a couple of these days. All right, so for today, 81 in Palm Coast, 83 Ocala, 85 Orlando. Very cool. All right, storms come through tonight. All right, where do we end up for tomorrow? All right, so tomorrow morning, we'll wake up to temperatures in the 40s and 50s. By the time we're waking up, the stormy weather should have cleared, and we're going to start to push in some cooler air, so it's going to be a little cooler. Look at tomorrow's afternoon high temperatures. Still the 70s for Brevard, upper 60s for the metro, mid 60s to the north, okay? Then we get to Friday morning. Friday. Whoa. Or in the words of Joey Lawrence, whoa. 37 in Ocala, 41 degrees in Claremont, 44 degrees in Orlando. That's a chill. And then the afternoon, Friday afternoon, chilly, right? 65 in the metro, 62 in Ocala, 66 Melbourne, 62 degrees in Daytona Beach. Yeah. All right, and then that's Friday. What about your weekend forecast? Let's just take a look. Because we're here, why not, right? Saturday morning, chilly, 30s and 40s. Saturday afternoon, looking a little better. We're back to the 70s. And then by Sunday, I see Debbie, Sunday you're volunteering at the PetSmart on ISB. Yeah, look at that. Back to the 70s and the 80s. So that's not too bad. What do they say? It beats a sharp poke in the eye. Oh, that's why. There we go. All right. So here's a look at the 7-day forecast, right? Overnight tonight into tomorrow, we've got those showers and those thunder showers. Temperatures falling like a rock after. And then this weekend? Oh, this weekend. Maron. Perfectly. Gorgeous. 72 Saturday, 80 on Sunday. A couple of showers there on Monday. And then Tuesday looking good too. Yeah. K. Cannon, your impressions. They're terrible impressions. Terrible impressions. I can accept that. Tina, my son has a robotics competition in Claremont. Love it. Love it. Kiddo's going to rock the universe at Universal on Saturday. Need to make sure he takes a hoodie. I mean, yeah. It'll be coolish. Yeah. Mike, my question, what to expect on February 10th? Any coastal storms? I don't have the map handy. We could look. Any chance Ocala Dunellen will be at freezing? I think that you could be close Friday morning, but I think that we should stay just a little above. But the problem is the more rural you are, like Dunellen, Reddick, Anthony, Citra, Marion Oaks, then you get, temperatures chill faster, and so you run into that risk for sure. Yeah. But you do a great Sean Connery, so there's that. That's right. Be careful in there, Ryan. Things don't tend well to Bullich. It's a terrible Sean Connery, too. Brian, I'm going to be using your Alfredo recipe for shrimp Alfredo tonight. Ooh, that sounds so good. I haven't made that in over a year. I have to make Alfredo. I haven't made it in over a year. Man, looks like we'll be covering plants here in Ocala. My palms, I don't know. My palms, even though I covered them, they took a beating. I hope that I didn't kill these trees with that Christmas freeze. But they're looking terrible. Okay, so I have to tell you guys about, maybe you've heard of this. It's a thing called ChatGPT. Have you heard about this? They had it featured today on the Today Show. They had it featured on the Today Show. Okay. And The idea is this. It's artificial intelligence. I'm pulling it up here so that I can show it to you. So it's artificial intelligence. And the idea behind it is you can ask it questions. So here's chat.gpt. So let's just type I host a morning broadcast called Coffee Talk. How can I say hello creatively? Of course, I misspelled that. Okay. Oh, well, that's interesting. I've actually never gotten that before. All right, let's do another one. February is Central Florida's severe weather season. Write a short explainer as to what severe weather has happened in the past. All right, so I asked the question, and it takes it a few seconds. Boom. And now it's writing us a thing. All right, so let me clear that and let me show you what I did. So we know for a fact that like February is when we've had tornadoes. So I pitched a story to the news bosses and said, hey, February, we've had several tornado outbreaks. I want to make sure that it's on the calendar to do a story. But to make the email more interesting, I wrote, this year marks 25 years since the 1998 Central Florida tornado outbreak. Write a news story talking about it. I work for WESH 2 News in Orlando, and this is a significant event for us. All right. I just typed that. Watch what it does here. This is craziness. 25 years ago, on February 22nd, 1998, Central Florida experienced one of the worst tornado outbreaks in history. A total of 36 tornadoes touched down across the region, causing widespread damage and claiming 42 lives. The outbreak began early in the morning and lasted well into the evening, with tornadoes touching down in Orange, Seminole, Volusia, and Lake counties. The strongest of these, an EF3 tornado that hit the towns of Lake. I can't even keep up. It's typing faster than I can go. Do you see this? Do you see this? This is crazy. As WESH 2 News in Orlando, we remember wow. I mean, it even personalized what I wrote. Do you see that? What? And it just did that. Have you guys and gals ever seen this? Now, write a 30-second promo to promote that story. Watch this. This February marks 25 years since the devastating 1998 Central Florida tornado outbreak. Join us as we remember the 42 lives lost and the communities affected. We'll take a look back at the destruction and the resilience. Wow. So, this is how I pitched the story. Obviously, I will write the story myself, but can you believe Can you believe it's been 25 years since that event? Kind of wild. Yeah, this by the way is just crazy. Let's see. Let's do something. Let's do something fun. Now this is not true, but roll with me here, okay? My boss treats me horridly. Help me write a snarky resignation letter. I'm not resigning. I'm not resigning. Okay? I'm not. And my boss does not treat me horridly. But let's just have some fun. Oh, that's so funny. It's giving me advice. Oh my gosh. This is hilarious. Do you see this? Oh my gosh. That's funny. So the website, chat.openai.com. Is that not hilarious? All right, last one for fun, okay? All right, so let's do this. Let's say, did I hit the wrong button? I must have hit the wrong button at some point. I sure did. Interesting. Where did my double box go? That's so weird. Did I accidentally delete it? There it is. That's so weird. I must have accidentally deleted it. I don't know why. I just hit a button and source box left. That's so weird. Bear with me a second, y'all. I don't know what just happened. All right, give me 2 seconds. I hit a wrong button. I'm going to fix this. Always, what bothers me is when I have to do this stuff while I'm talking to you. All right. This is the stuff that I do behind the scenes. And I don't know how I hit a button that cleared it, but I did. So there we go. All right. That was the most random thing. All right. So let's write a promo for Chief Meteorologist Tony Manalfi. Ready? Watch this. Tony Manalfi is the Chief Meteorologist at WESH 2 in Orlando. It's a TV station. He's been here for nearly forever. The man is old, but is young at heart. He's good at what he does. Write a 30-second promo featuring him. All right. Ready? Let's see what it comes up with. Meet Tony Manalfi, the chief meteorologist at WESH 2 in Orlando. With decades of experience and a passion for weather, he's your go-to source for accurate and up-to-date forecasts. Tune into WESH 2 for all your weather needs and catch Tony's lively and informative reports every day on the news. He may be older, but don't let that fool you. Tony's young at heart and continues to be the best in the business. I love how they worked it in. Oh. So there's that. That's something fun. Something fun to play with, y'all. I could even write an essay. Write an essay on why Tony wanted to become a meteorologist. Let's see if it can write the... Look at this. It's writing an essay now. without me giving information about him, right? Without me telling the computer like where he grew up and etc., it doesn't know enough. So it's completely just BSing its way through something. How many times have we all done that? You know what I mean? Isn't this so funny? Grew more scientific. Through his studies, he excelled in his classes and gained a deep understanding of the subject matter. Landed his current role as... And it remembered what I had mentioned. Isn't that funny? Isn't that something? It's doing it. Make him an... I don't know that I'd say that he's an asset for West. I'm just kidding. Isn't that funny? It doesn't... It's not like it doesn't know what to write. You have to like give it the information, but it can fill in the blanks. Which is wild. Yeah. And so this is how about 100 people became unemployed at every Orlando TV station. I know, right? How does it do this without knowing the actual person? Well, it knows what I told it. So like, rewrite the essay to feature his first job at the Weather Channel doing radio and his transition to television broadcasting in West Virginia. Isn't that funny? So there you go. Now it's rewriting it, but it's going to get into those elements. Isn't this just crazy? Sounds like Tony wrote it himself. For a radio station, his first job was at the Weather Channel. He spent television broadcasting in West Virginia. He quickly made a name for himself there. Isn't that funny? Oh man. So it just made some subtle tweaks to its original version. His first job in the field was at the Weather Channel, where he was able to gain, transition to television broadcasting in West Virginia. Isn't that funny? All right, let's add one more for fun. Rewrite it showing Tony's incredible colleague Eric Burris coming on board at WESH 2. All right, this is the last one, but I have to see what it says. And if you're listening to this in the podcast, by the way, this AI thing is basically just going wild. Have not gone unnoticed, and he was joined by an incredible colleague. Oh my God. Together, Tony and Eric make a dynamic duo. How funny is that? It's doing all of that. Isn't that something? Oh, man. Isn't that something? One of the best in the business. Isn't that funny? I love it. Chat.openai.com. If you want your mind blown, that's a good way to do it. Yeah. Rosebud Tony definitely wrote it. What's best is that Tony is probably not watching Coffee Talk. Because when he does, he usually pops in here and throws shade. So at some point, I'm going to have to tell Tony, and Tony is aware of this. I told him about the chat AI thing the other day, and we were having some fun in the Weather Center. But he just doesn't know that I've written articles now about him. Anyway. All right, enough. It's 8:36. I've got to go. I've got to go mow the lawn. So, last thing, okay? And then we can move on with our lives. Ooh, I need to resize this. Apparently I didn't do a good enough job. All right. So 7-day forecast. It's so weird how that cleared out the settings. All right, so 7-day forecast looking good for us, friends. We've got comfortable conditions for us today. And when I say comfortable, it's going to be a little warm. Then we get into showers, even thunder showers tonight. Temperatures kind of dropping off from there. It's going to be a nice cool setup for us looking ahead to our Thursday and Friday and Saturday. So just plan accordingly. The jackets come back out. We can handle it. All is good in the world. Questions, comments, concerns, anybody, anything? Tony has a coffee talk. Yeah, he does Facebook Live at night. We'll have to pick on him. That's all I know to do. Coffee talk drive-through this Friday. Yes, I will be having somebody. I just need to figure out who that is. All right. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Dana says it's at capacity. Try it again. You'll get through. You'll get through. You'll get through. All right? All right, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out, y'all. I will see you at 3:30 today for the afternoon coffee talk. All right?